it's not for me to dispense advice. It's not my position, and although I'm quite happy to, it's not something that I usually do on a YouTube, is to say I'm going to give you some advice, because I don't know. I have a clear idea, but just because I have a clear idea, I don't expect other people to share that idea. But I will give you a piece of advice, and this piece of advice is aimed at young people. When I say young, people under 40 actually, who've still got an opportunity to get the leap on other people. And if you are under 40 and you're in the workforce, I'd really like you to take note of what I'm about to say. Take a look at your job. Does your job really, how can I put this delicately? Does your job service anything other than a big pile of debt for somebody else? I don't mean, is your job just paying off debt? That's sounds a bit convoluted. What I mean is, does your job actually benefit mankind? And no, this isn't a moral piece of advice, as in, oh, you need a job that benefits mankind. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about your own benefit here. We're in a situation now that's going to carry on for the rest of our lives, and it's going to eat through any savings you have. It's going to eat through any cash reserves you have, and ultimately all that's going to be left is a choice of a universal income or work. And the work is going to be quite scarce and valueless in that respect. But you can get the jump on people now, and you can shift into an industry or a job which is valuable to the people around you, in order for you to carry on working. When, let's say, out of 100 people, 90 might lose their job. If you were working, for an example, as a hairdresser, if you were working as a cook, if you were working as a horticulturalist, if you could retrain in childcare, all of these vital services, and there are dozens of vital jobs, will never go away. But a great proportion of paper pushing work will. I'd find it very difficult now to get back into, or nor would I want to get back into the type of work I did when I was younger, because I see no value in it for the future. It can all be done by AI. It can all be done on a circuit without any human interaction. Products can be shipped, sales can be orchestrated, even negotiations can be undertaken by AI now. So this piece of advice again is really to get people to look at the work they're doing and actually deem to themselves whether themselves are important. Of course you are important. Whether the job that you do in 5 years' time is important. And by that I mean, would people be knocking on your door if you didn't get up and go to work? Because those are the types of people that are going to be financially sound for the rest of their lives, are the people that choose a vocation now that makes them very useful to other people. And that's it. It sounds so simple, but I really would like people to, especially if you're under 40, to think about this and think about your current employment. Is there something you could do, or could you get the leap on other people and get yourself into a job that involves food or involves some kind of service for labour that's actually appreciated? I'm not a careers advisor, so I can't advise people obviously on what types of jobs, just the industries to look at. I wouldn't know where to begin for people coming straight out of school or university, especially university with a degree in debt. But I would still recommend the same thing. If you've got a degree in maths, go and work on a farm. Get the experience, so that in a few years' time, when you're up for a job simply to pay your bills and your experience is looked at, I see you've got a degree and you did 3 months on a pig farm and 6 months on a dairy farm. So you're clever and you can do labour and manual work and you understand the farming process. You're hired. Oh, I see you've just spent 3 years at university, 2 years in a marketing job, and now you want to come and work on my farm. well, I can see you're clever and you have a good work record and punctuality's good. Let me have a look at your hands. Yeah, you've never done a hard day's work in your life, have you? Sorry, you're not hired. That's the reality of the future, not now, unless you're a programmer or a coder. But remember, AI will be doing all of these input jobs, all of them. So that's the only piece of advice I think I will dispense with the word advice attached to it, is that if you're in the labour market, for God's sake, and you're young, look at your job and look to the future and see if you can make a sideways move into a different industry that's a vital industry, and one, as I say, where if you didn't get up and go to work one morning, people would be banging on your door because they need you. That's it. Cheers.